How do you add titles, text, and credits to your projects? Here we've got our interface open that we're sort of used to seeing. It's got our workspace. Down here we've got our timeline with our clips. Up here we've got the events with the clips themselves. And above that the projects. If we go over here to our library, right above it, the titles and generators. We click on it, and sure enough there's a menu that has a bunch of titles that we've zoomed into. Here we've got 3D, then we've got 3D cinematic, we've got build in and build out, bumper or opener, credits, elements, and lower thirds. So we've got a bunch of them sitting here. If we go over and click on one over here in our viewer, you can see I'm on the basic title. Here we've got another one that shows something that's been pre-built by Apple for your use. Let's go back down to our basic title credit. Drag it into the timeline, and as we can see there in our viewer now we have the title. If we double click on it, there's all kinds of modifications we can make on it here in our inspector. You've got your text. As you go down you can see it's in Helvetica for the type font, regular. It's got its size, the alignment. We're going to go ahead and change the text. As we go in, I'm just going to take it down and go to Helvetica Noi. Then I make the font condensed black just to give me a different look. Then I can go here to my size, increase the size all the way up to the max, 288 points. And as we go down, there's a number of other things we can do too. I'm going to highlight it one more time. And you can see down here as we go down, if I go to face and I click on show, it gives me some more options. I'm going to click on the color option here. As I click on it, you can see I get a dialog box that has a number of sliders. Let's zoom back out. I'm going to pick CMYK. I want to make it sort of sky blue or cyan. So I'm just going to take these sliders and move them around. And you can see in the preview down below, I've got my color going. And there, I've got a nice sky blue or cyan title. Another thing that we can still do over here, we can change the baseline. That's where the title sits in the frame. So as I move this around, you can see how my title's moving. I want it really well centered there, so that about completes what I'm going to do with this basic title. Go back and click on our title there. It's sitting there. And then I'm going to go up and take a look at the lower thirds here. So if I go up in the same menu up top and I click on the lower thirds, I actually like one up above it that's up in 3D. There's a lower third there. I'm going to grab it, move it down to our timeline again. And there you can see I've got a lower thirds frame sitting over top of my clip. I'm going to highlight the name again. We're going to go in, do some type change. What do I want? I think courier here this time. Changed it to courier. Again, we can go in and crank up the size on it. Crank the size here. Not quite that big, I don't think. And then, of course, need to actually type something in there besides name here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and type the name of the building. Just indicate what it was. There we go. And then I'm going to get rid of the second line of type here just by going up and deleting it. And one more time with the baseline, I'm going to move that new science building type so that it looks good. And there I've created a lower thirds on that particular clip. Let's go up and look at one more thing. I'm back up in here into the generators where it has backgrounds, elements, solids, textures, a bunch of different elements that you can use. I'm going to go back up to backgrounds and I'm going to grab this one called beam. I'm going to drag it on the end of our timeline. There we can see it. I'm going to go back up here and go to my titles and grab another title panel and drag that over top of it, just like we would with B-roll. And there you can see it as it plays. I've got scrolling titles. Needless to say, I need to go ahead and fill in what the actual words would be, but we've created some credits.